Alrighty guys, so today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Right now I have a 40-year-old lens. It's a Pentax M 50mm 1.7, guys. This thing was like manufactured in like 1980 or something like that. We're gonna be shooting with this, some street photography. The bad shit about this is that it's all manual, so I mean, thank God for the EOS. Thank God for the EOSR and the focus peaking. Hopefully that should help out a lot. So we're gonna shoot some shots and hopefully we get some cool. I'm gonna throw the GoPro on top of the camera. That way you guys can see what I'm shooting. And yeah, hopefully we get some cool bangers. Definitely this is a cool way to kind of like spice up your photos as well. Every like old lens has some cool characteristics to it. So hopefully these photos don't come out like shit. All right guys, so we're gonna go shoot. We're gonna go shoot now. Let's get out of here. Okay guys, so before we start, the really cool thing about vintage lenses is that they're super cheap. This 50mm, I got it for about $30, and that was including the adapter. It's not even a bad investment. It definitely will give you a different look onto your pictures. That way, I don't know, it'll set you apart from everyone that looks the same from shooting with a regular 50mm. Another reason why you should probably invest into a vintage lens, guys. Look at this inception shot.
Okay, so obviously first shots are our first shots in street photography, and they always never come out how you want them to. So this shot is kind of really basic. It's nothing special. Just flags in the wind, like whatever. The only thing I really do love about Long Beach is just like the amount of shadows you get. Just super dramatic. And we get this shot right here with the guy crossing the street. And I mean, honestly, like I just love how the shadow just like really goes. Like it seems like it's going into the camera. The thing about the vintage lens is that it really does manage to like really flare out whatever your light subject is. So it kind of gives it a lot of a big bloom effect. We see this homeless guy walking, and I really wanted to frame him up with this like door on the building. It was like getting hit with the perfect light, but I actually missed the shot. Luckily, he decides to do some homeless dance thing, and then he kind of just like goes into the perfect position. And then we get this shot right here. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love the composition in this theme of light and dark, and then our man is just being subframed with this door. I don't know, everything about this photo I'm like in love with. After we get this person right here in this super cool like buggy van, and he sees me taking a photo of him, so he kind of like pulls up forward a little bit. You know, the overall tones of it, I'm really digging it. I wish I could have done something else with the van, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks so good.
Okay, so it's been like 2 weeks since I started the video. Unfortunately, with everything that's going on right now, I was not really able to finish it due to the circumstances and the lockdowns going on. Managed to get half of it done in Long Beach, you know, with the little bit of light we had left. But I still think that there's possibilities to get more footage. So today, luckily I got out of work a little bit early, so we're gonna do something a little bit differently. It's still gonna be like street style POV, but it's definitely gonna be, I mean, I'm gonna do it from inside of the car shooting out. So it's more like a drive-by. So today we have a little bit of time before the sun sets, so we're actually gonna do that. Just shoot out of the car and see what cool images we can take. We're gonna actually take turns driving. Like he's gonna drive first, I'm gonna drive second, and we're gonna just, I don't know, rotate and try to see what cool shots we can get. It might work, it might not work. Luckily I am shooting with a 50. There is a bit of a zoom because it is a vintage lens. I don't really know the math exactly, but I know that it's not really a 50. It's a little bit more punched in than that. But you know, that actually works out for us. Drive-by street photography. That's probably gonna be the name of the video, so yeah.
Hi, I'm Nathan and I'm your Uber driver today.
All right. So we kind of pull over right here to get a photo of this person as he's about to cross the street. I really like how like the sign was pointing towards him, and overall like the base composition was there, but then you kind of really lose him with the background, which is kind of sucks. I don't like that at all. So one thing that I was doing is that as we were driving, I kept focusing on the floor where I thought my subject to be at. We get this shot right here. It's more of a portrait, too punched in for my personal taste. I wish I was more punched out. We went through this metro station and we actually got off to take a couple photos here, so we did cheat a little bit. So I decided to shoot through this little like railing, and then we get this shot right here. I really like this shot a lot. We're playing with the themes of sub-visual framing, so you know, we're kind of like really telling our audience like where to look, and that's where I think like this photo really shines. So we kind of cheated again, and we decided just to walk to this like little trailhead, and there was like a lot of goats that were just chilling here. I don't know why, but they're there, and you know what, let's do some cool goat shots. So this shot took like 30 different times to try to get it. I really wanted to get a goat looking into the camera. Very perfect. Last second I just like snipe it, and then we get him looking directly into the camera. This photo is just perfect in my eyes. I love it. I love goats. So we kind of walked around a little bit more, and I see these people kind of behind me, and I managed to get this photo. I wish I would have framed it differently so the subject was above the water instead of like right below the water. That way, you know, that dark subject would have stood out more with like the white background, but instead you kind of get lost. Overall, it's kind of a cool landscape. So we decided to walk back. I really want to get a picture of a black goat. I'm pretty sure you know why. And then he's kind of chilling with, I don't know, his homie or something. And then we get this shot right here. I love it. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I call this the Kevin and Carla shot. Carla's the name of my wife. This is our portrait. So we started driving through the Pacific Coast Highway to try to plan out out of how we were gonna do this because it was gonna be kind of hard. And then Nathan just decided to like stick his head out the window and just catch one of these shots. This isn't my shot, this is Nathan's shot, but I love it so much. We have a little bit of motion blur in the foreground. This shot sells the fact that we were shooting out of a car more than any of my other shots did. This is awesome. Kudos to Nate. Make sure to follow him in the description. Shortly after we took this photo, we pulled over really quick so I can get down and get one of my photos. Wanted to introduce some foreground element, so I really get behind these flowers. I mean, at the end of the day, this is more of a landscape, not so much for street photography, but it fits. Okay, shut up. I love this photo. Definitely a dramatic shot with these dramatic times. I think it's appropriate, and that's why I consider it street photography. Okay, so I completely forgot to film an outro yesterday, so today I'm filming it. Overall, guys, like I had a really pretty good experience actually shooting with the vintage lens. I really liked it, even though it was all manual. It was kind of hard if I was shooting like at an f1.7. I mean, that was a challenge just because the focus like field was just so narrow. Typically, I'm always hovering around like f8 to like f5.6. That's like usually how I like to take my street photos. I really like how everything is kind of crispy when I'm taking those shots. What I was doing, if I was going to see like someone was going to cross by my path, I would try to focus on the ground where I think they were going to cross. Okay, they should be walking on this patch of the sidewalk, so I should have them in crispy and focus. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'm opening the aperture. You can just see, it's just so satisfying. Just turning this. It was pretty hard just shooting out of the car. Hope I get them. I hope they're in focus. I'm manual focusing, so it was a lot of things to think about. But overall, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really do encourage you to get like a vintage lens if you manage to get your hands on it. You can honestly pick these up like at a lot of camera stores. I noticed that when I bought 3 of these, well, not like the same focal length, but just 3 old lenses, and none of them, I think the most expensive one I did spend on like just for the lens itself, it was like $30. But, you know, then I had to buy the mount to put it onto my camera, but that wasn't that much also. I would probably stay away from like the online stuff just because, I mean, you never know, especially with an old lens, they could probably easily be like super defective. So I'd stick to actually seeing it and going to a store, which I'm pretty sure there's like a local camera shop that must have them. So yeah, guys, go out, see if you can pick one of these up for yourself. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a thumbs up, drop a comment, subscribe, guys, and yeah, just, you know, stay safe. I'm trying to come up with more ideas to do cool videos without getting a ticket for being outside, so I'm probably not gonna be outside, or maybe I'll just drive by stuff. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, night, or whatever, and yeah, stay safe, wash your hands.
We're 6 feet apart.
Brush your teeth.
I can't touch Kevin. Now we're 8 feet apart.
Woo!